pray. Our Father in heaven, we want to thank you so much this time for being with us. And during this orientation time, we want to commit our students unto your hands, that you may lead them, and thank you for enabling them to choose University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. And this time, as we begin this orientation program, we want to pray that you lead us until the end, for this is our prayer in Jesus' name. Amen.
Welcome to the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. We are happy that you chose this institution, and we believe that your academic journey through this great institution will be something you will enjoy and cherish for the rest of your life. Because once you get a certificate from an institution, you have a permanent relationship with that institution. And so you are beginning your relationship with this great institution, the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. We call it in short UEAB, University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. And so we want to welcome you so much and inform you that this is the home of learning, and it is owned and run by the Seventh-day Adventist Church. The Seventh-day Adventist Church is a Christian denomination that believes in God, believes in the Bible, and you will get to understand Seventh-day Adventists, those who run this institution. And so we want to welcome you so much and welcome you to this orientation program. In this orientation program, you will listen to highly respected people in this university who are going to introduce you to life in this university. And if you listen carefully and follow what they have said to you, your journey will be easy, and you will join the great men and women who have made it out of this university. And so we want to welcome you. And it is our tradition that when we begin programs like this in orientation, we do say a prayer. I will say a prayer, and you will find that even when other people come in to give you different angles of this institution, they will also pray, because we are a praying institution. We believe in God. Let's say a prayer. We thank you, God, for this student, and we thank you for allowing them to choose this university, and we pray that their journey will lead to greater success as many others who have passed through this university. It's in Jesus' name we pray, amen. And so this university, like all other universities, will give you a degree, maybe in Bachelor of Science, maybe Bachelor of Arts, maybe Bachelor of Education, but there's something unique. There's something unique about this university, and this is what I want to introduce you to. While we will give you a degree like any other university, there is a spice that we add, because everyone can cook food, but the spices are not the same. We can fry the same type of vegetables, but when you add spices, then your plate of vegetables and mine may not be the same. And there are spices that this university considers very important in frying you, in cooking you, in preparing you for the world that will receive you when you graduate. And these spices are what I want to emphasize so that you appreciate when you come around. We are concerned about your character development. That even while you are pursuing a Bachelor of Arts, or a Bachelor of Science, or a Bachelor of Business Administration, or Bachelor of Education, whichever degree you are pursuing, Master's or PhD, we want you to come out with a specific test. So it's not just about a piece of paper. It is about the test that you come out with. And that test is called character development. We are interested in what kind of person you become. And so you will find that we are very concerned whether you attend meetings. Why? Because these meetings come with the information that will be of great value. But now we live in the times of COVID-19 where we may not be meeting physically. So their meetings will be arranging online, so that you will be able to go to the internet, you go to a site we have asked you, and you will be able to attend a meeting. Your attendance of that meeting is as important as pursuing the degree itself. Because in attending those meetings, you develop a discipline of keeping appointments and keeping time. In attending those meetings, you get content that makes you a different flavor, so that when you leave Baraton, you are not just a holder of Bachelor of Science, but Bachelor of Science with a flavor. And so character development will be of very great concern to us. You will find us emphasizing it so much. It is not because we treat you as a child. It's not because we don't respect you. It's because we want you to come out a great person. So the next thing we are concerned is your relationship with God. Because as you grow, you will discover that this life is actually run by God. And we will be concerned about your religious life. And while you will be with us, you will be worshiping with us. You will be praying with us. We will be praying with you from the beginning to the end of the program. While we don't force people to convert to be Seventh-day Adventists, we don't have such a policy. There is no forcing people to convert. We don't force you to convert to Christianity, but we will ask that when you are with us, when we go to pray, you join us to pray, because that is part of what makes you different. Why? Because when we go before God, He helps to change us and make us a better people. And so we are looking forward to interacting with you, and these are some of the things you need to understand. And you will also find that when you join us, the time you will spend time on campus, you will find that we serve vegetarian meals. Why? Because we are concerned about your health. What's the use of having a degree with a sickly body? And you know very well that if you do your studies very well, you will find that a vegetarian diet is the best diet for human beings. And we will recommend it for you. But if you feel that you have missed these other types of food, you are always free to go out and eat what you will want. But you will find that we are also concerned about things like drug abuse, use of alcohol, smoking, because these things ruin you. You don't become the kind of person you are now dreaming to be. And so don't adopt certain things when you come on campus. Don't come and copy others. Remember, there are others who are also watching this video like you from their home. You can't come here and now want to be like them. You must follow your path. If there is anyone you need to listen to, it is these great professionals who are taking you through this orientation. And so we want to ask you to come with that understanding. In case you have a challenge with smoking and drinking or drug abuse, you need to inform us as you come in. Because if we discover along the lines, we may cut our relationship with you and ask you to go for good, because that doesn't produce the kind of graduate that we will want to be associated with. We don't want a graduate who will be drunk most of the time, is a useless person in his or her family and is good for nothing, where people are asking, where did this one go to school? That will not be our desire. And so those kind of things may cause us to cut our relationship with you. When you come here also, we want to let you know that the university has many divisions. There is a finance division. So when you come to the university and you have a financial issue, you don't begin at the top, you begin at the bottom. You begin from the lowest point. If the problem is not solved, you go to the next point. We have a chain of command. If you have issues that are a problem to you as a student, you come to the student services division. You can also begin from the lowest point to the highest point. In academic issues, we also have a chain of command. You can begin from the lowest point to the highest point. It is important to learn that, so that you don't become the kind of person who always rushes to the top. That is not good discipline in life. Always begin at the bottom, and you will always find that many of your problems will be solved at the lower level. But in case they are not solved, we are available all through the chain to assist you. And so we want to ask you, please enjoy your stay here. You will notice that something unique about Seventh-day Adventists is that we attend worship on Saturday. And you will come to understand why we attend worship on Saturday. These are things you will learn over time and you will enjoy. You need to know that everyone is welcome to this university. Lastly, I'm going to mention that we live in times where COVID-19 has ravaged the world. Many things are changing, and you will find that many programs are moving online. We want you to orient yourself to using the new technology, the computers, the softwares that are provided. Please learn. You will be told more about it, but be willing to learn. Be willing to learn. Sacrifice everything to learn. Education is an investment. You need to make a sacrifice. If you sit back and say, I can't afford, it is too expensive for me, or you wait for COVID to end, the people you finished school with will graduate before you as you sit at home thinking about it. There are sacrifices that must be made. And where there is a will, there is a way. Enjoy your stay at the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. Listen to this orientation video keenly and appreciate what will be said in this video. May the good Lord bless you. Enjoy your journey, and we look forward to a time when we will give you a gown and you will be graduating and we will be celebrating the journey that is beginning today. This is the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton, and you are now one of us. You are welcome, and we are happy to have you. God bless you. Dear student, we welcome you once again. We will not get tired to invite you to this university. We are just very happy that you have chosen to be part of us. Allow me to just introduce you to how the university works. The university has got many departments. In the academic area, you'll find that you belong to a department. That department is under a school. So the department is headed by a head of department, a chairperson. Then several departments form a school, and then the schools come together under the deputy vice chancellor in charge of academics. Then we have the finance. You have student finance office, where all your student issues are handled at the student finance office. But in case you have any challenge, the next level goes to the chief accountant. There is a senior accountant, then a chief accountant. From the chief accountant, there is a deputy vice chancellor in charge of finance. So there is a DVC in charge of finance. So you notice academic has gone all the way to deputy vice chancellor academics. Then finance goes all the way to deputy vice chancellor in charge of finance. Then in student services, we have deans that you are going to meet in this video today. And these deans, from the deans, we have assistant deans, then we have deans, and then from the deans, you find the DVC in charge of student affairs and services. And that's what I do. So these are the various departments. Now, these three administrators, the DVC academics, DVC finance, DVC student affairs, they report to the head of the university. And the head of the university is the vice chancellor. There are other departments which may not concern you directly that exist, but these three are of direct concern to you. And so these three administrators report to the vice chancellor. Now you need to know these things because at the end of this orientation, we will expect you to do a small exam to be sure that you watched this video. So at the top of it, we have a vice chancellor, and I'm going to introduce our vice chancellor to you. Our vice chancellor is Professor Philip Mayo. He's a professor of finance, that is the area of his study, and he has been an administrator for many years in this country, in a neighboring country, and even in West Africa before he came to us. And we want to thank God for our vice chancellor. He's the head of all academic issues, he's the head of all finance issues, he's the head of all student finance issues. We all report to him. And so I bring to you your vice chancellor, Professor Philip Mayo. Welcome, Prof.
Thank you. Okay. I'm Professor Philip Mayo, the vice chancellor of the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. My dear students, I would like to welcome you to the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. You have made a very important choice of selecting the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton, to be the university where you are going to study. And I want to thank you. I want to continue to encourage you to continue making the right choices the way you have made. And I want to say really congratulations, because you have done an excellent work to choose this university. And we would like to confirm to you that you are going to be trained in this university. So my dear students, I want you to be part of this university. You are members of the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. And I would like you to be proud of that. Wherever you go, you always be proud of your institution, because this university is going to train you to excel in your areas of specialty. If you have chosen any discipline to study in the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton, you are going to excel in that area, because the university will train you to be the person that you would like to be. And I want to assure you that this is a university of excellence. You have taken a wonderful decision in choosing this university. And I want to encourage you that always be somebody who is ready to listen to the academic leaders in this university. This university, as mentioned by Dr. Ray Cassis, who is the Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of Students' Affairs, and he has said very clearly that this is a Christian university. It's a Seventh-day Adventist institution, and we are proud to train you not only to be an academician, but also to be a Christian, and also to be somebody who is ready to serve the society. So this institution is based on training you to be a better person, not only in this world, but even in the world to come. And I want to appreciate that you are joining the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. This is the only university that will train you in a Christian environment, and at the same time to train you to be a true academician, to be a true professional, and to be a true servant of God as well as humanity. So I want to encourage you to continue portraying a wonderful character, not only in the university when you come to the university, but also when you are at home or wherever you find yourself. Be someone who will distinguish himself or herself to be a student of the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton, portraying the good image, because this university is one of the best institutions in different areas, and we want you to be proud of that. Another thing I'd like to mention, this is the first time we are doing orientation online. Previously, we have been doing orientation physically, but because of this COVID-19, now we are doing the online orientation for the first time. And we want you to bear with us. We want you to be, to appreciate what the institution is doing. We are among the leading institutions to adopt technology, because the main reason why we are adopting technology is to ensure that you continue with your studies unaffected, even in the presence of this pandemic. So we want you to proceed and cooperate with us, especially while taking your classes, attending meetings, and even on our YouTube channel, the Baraton University YouTube channel. We want you to be with us. We want you to always listen to our academic leaders, be with us, and bring your problems wherever you have. When you have your problems, please forward those problems to the right department. For example, as mentioned earlier by the Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of Students' Affairs, he mentioned that address your problems in a right manner. One way to do that is, if you have an academic issue, address it with your head of department. If you have any academic issue, either examination or teaching, please address that problem with your head of department. And if you have a problem in your classroom, the online classroom as well as the physical classroom when you come to the main campus, because you will be coming to the main campus and at the same time you will be studying online. So this is the first time we are doing this, where you are supposed to study online and at the same time to attend the classes physically at the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. So whenever you are having your classes, my dear students, I want you to be very keen, attend your classes every time whenever the classes are scheduled, be punctual, don't miss your classes. And if you are having a problem in a particular class, maybe the teacher may not be available, or maybe the teacher, you are not able to understand him or her, please address your problem first with that teacher. And if you are unable to resolve your problem, forward your problem to the head of department. And if the head of department is unable to solve the problem, you channel that academic problem to the dean. And then later on, it will go to the Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of academic affairs. However, you may also inform the Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of student affairs, Dr. Ray Cassis, about the problem. And then that problem can be addressed. We want you to be as free as much as possible, my dear students. You are part of the University of Eastern Africa family, and you are one of us. And whenever you have any issue or any problem that you are facing, please let us know. We will ensure that we address the problem. Whether you are at home, whether you find yourself anywhere, or even when you are at the main campus, address your problem without being intimidated in any way. So we would like you to be free as much as possible. If you are having a problem that is related to your relationship, please, my dear students, we would like you to be careful on relationships and try to address those problems with our Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of Student Affairs and Services. Dr. Ray Cassis is a very wonderful counselor. He is also a wonderful pastor, and he is also a wonderful academician, as well as student services. So address your problem with him, and he will be willing to help you even to go an extra mile to ensure that you are comfortable. My dear students, I would like also to encourage you that because of this COVID-19, as I mentioned, we are using the online platform to give orientation, to present this orientation. We would like you also to know, as a Christian university, we want you to put God first. Let God be your guide. Even in your academic endeavor, ensure that you pray and put God first in your life. And God will always answer your prayers. And another thing we would like to mention is when you come to campus, make use of that opportunity to the best possible that you can make. Because the reality is that opportunity is very important, especially in the presence of COVID-19. You need to be careful when you come to campus because of interaction. So you need to be careful not to interact. You need to keep the rules and regulations that have been given by the government. And I would like you also to visit our university website. We have some regulations and guidelines of COVID-19. We want you, my dear students, to be careful so that you don't contract the disease or you don't behave differently. So be careful, my dear students. We would like you to be very good students, and we want you to graduate on time. And when you attend your classes, please ensure that you follow the classes, whatever is being taught, and ensure that do not miss and report any incident that you think it is not good, so that we can, all of us, improve the quality of academic learning, especially in this university. We would like you to come and work with us. We want you to graduate on time. We are excited to have you as a student, and we want you to obey the rules and regulations of the university. The rules and regulations of the university have been classified in different ways. One, we have the student services. That is, student services, we have rules and regulations guiding students in the student handbook. And also, we have academic regulations. And this is in the university handbook. That is the academic bulletin. So, my dear students, we want you to be conversant with the rules and regulations into these two documents. And at the end of it, you will be a better person to understand how the university works. Make sure that you obey the deadlines. The deadlines, whether the deadlines in the classroom, the deadlines to register, the deadlines to pay fees, and the deadlines on every activity that is going on. We have what we call add and drop. We have registration. We have so many deadlines. So go through the academic bulletin and see the deadlines that have been specified and ensure to obey those deadlines, my dear students. I'm very happy and very excited to have you as a student in the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. Many lectures, many seminars, and many online programs will be provided to you by the student services, by the academic departments, but ensure to attend all those programs without failure. Otherwise, I want to assure you, we will study with you whether you are at home or whether you are on campus, studies will continue. We will continue to use technology to ensure that you graduate on time. And I wish you the best of luck. May God continue to bless you, and may God continue to protect you from this pandemic, coronavirus pandemic. May God guide you and ensure to take care of yourself. Be with your parents, your guardians, your relatives, and ensure that you maintain the good harmony that is required and maintain the rules and regulations of COVID-19 that have been given by the government. Otherwise, I wish you the best. May God bless you, and congratulations for joining the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. Thank you very much.
Welcome to the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. My name is Professor Corso Gude. I am the DVC Academics. First of all, I want to thank you for choosing the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. You have made the right choice, and we are ready to provide you unique experience so that your dreams will be materialized. As you join the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton, I want you to know three main things about our university. Number one, the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton, is the first private university to be chartered by the government of Kenya, and it serves the Eastern Africa territories, and it has been in existence for the last more than 30 years. Second, the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton, is known for its diversity. Our students come from more than 27 different countries within Africa and beyond. So we are international university. Third, the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton, provides a holistic Christian education which emphasizes the development of head, hand, and heart. The development of head refers to the intellectual development through academics, so that our graduates become researchers and innovators. The development of heart refers to development of love for God and fellow humanities, compassionate people, considerate people who are responsible for their country and the globe as well. The training of hand or development of hand refers to the creation of job. Our graduates are trained not only to be job seekers, but also job creators. UAB offers more than 54 different undergraduate programs in 5 schools and 13 departments, as well as 6 graduate programs, namely Masters in Nursing, Masters in Global Health, Masters in Public Health, Master of Science in Biology, Master of Business Administration or MBA, Masters of Education, and a PhD in Education. Now let me introduce to you the schools. The first school is School of Business. The dean is Dr. Moses Kibrango. As I have said, we are international, and Dr. Moses Kibrango comes from Uganda.
Thank you. The School of Business is made up of 3 departments. It's made up of accounting and finance. That's the Department of Accounting and Finance, which is headed by Dr. Jackson Ongeta Oyero. Also, the School of Business has the Department of Information Systems and Computing. This is headed by Ms. Rosalyn Nyamwam Wangui. And the third department is the Department of Management. This is headed by Mrs. Yunia Miyayo Mwasi. Now, in this Department of Management, we also have the program of Master of Business Administration. Master of Business Administration is coordinated by Dr. Moses M. Chibirango. These are the three departments. The Department of Accounting and Finance is the department which offers accounting and finance. And the Department of Information Systems and Computing is the department which deals with all those IT and information systems. And the Department of Management, it has management, marketing, human resource, and others. Thank you.
School of Education, Humanities and Social Sciences. The Dean is Dr. Paul Wahonya.
My name is Dr. Paul Wahonya, the Acting Dean, School of Education, Humanities and Social Sciences. This is the largest school at the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. We have three departments. Department of Education, headed by Dr. Benson Kinothia, is very critical in preparing those who want to be teachers in future, those who may want to be employed by the Teachers Service Commission, and those who may also want to teach in private schools in the country and maybe other countries also. The Department of Humanities and Social Sciences is headed by Mrs. Esther Angwenyi. This is the department that has different areas also. We have the area of communications and journalism, those who may want to later on work with media houses in different capacities. Then we also have the section that is covering development studies. Development studies involves those students who may want to work with international organizations in different areas. And then we have areas that cover music, the sub-department of music. Very, very strong department for those who are interested in music. And then we also have linguistics and languages, French, English, and others. Then we have the Department of Theology and Religious Studies, is headed by Dr. Odek Rabach. The Department of Theology and Religious Studies is for those who may want to become pastors and lead out as gospel ministers in different places. We also teach and train those who are in the Department of Education and are interested in having religion as one of their teaching subjects. And so these are the three departments that we have in the School of Education, Humanities and Social Sciences. We want to welcome all of you to come over to Baraton to join us as a university, and we pray that as you are here during your 4 years of education, you will be nurtured in every sphere of your lives, and you will not regret having come to University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. And so let me end by saying, Karibuni, welcome to the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. Thank you very much.
School of Health Sciences. The Dean is Professor Jackie Obe. She comes from Liberia.
Hello, my name is Professor Jackie Obe. I'm the Dean for the School of Health Sciences, University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. The School of Health Sciences has two departments. The first is the Department of Medical Laboratory Science, and the Department of Medical Laboratory Science is headed by Ms. Esther Njagi. That department ensures that students learn how to diagnose disease using clinical specimen. The second department is the Department of Public Health. It is headed by Mr. Carl Helmut. The Department of Public Health promotes health, talks about disease prevention, and teaches individuals to protect themselves from disease in the environment. Those are the two departments that we have in the School of Health Sciences. The departments have very good career prospects in research, in the government, in the private sector, self-employment, and other areas of employment. So once again, we'd like to say welcome to the School of Health Sciences. Thank you very much.
For the School of Nursing, the Dean is Mr. Asia Korir.
Now I take this opportunity to welcome you to School of Nursing, Baraton University. In School of Nursing, I'm the acting dean, and definitely we in Baraton we strive to produce competent nurses who will be helpful in our society tomorrow. Why Baraton? Baraton, we give quality education and we have quality facilities that will help us in giving good education. And we are also affiliated with different hospitals in Nairobi, Eldoret, and even in Kisumu. That's why we'll give you a good clinical exposure for the entire 4 years you will be with us. Feel welcomed and stay safe. Thank you.
And the last but not least, School of Science and Technology. The Dean is Professor Ramesh Francis, and he comes from India.
Welcome to the School of Science and Technology. The School of Science and Technology have 4 departments. Department of Biological Sciences and Agriculture, headed by Professor Ramesh Francis. This department offers agriculture and biology programs. In agriculture, we have agribusiness and agriculture with different options like horticultural option, crop and soil science option, then animal science option. The department also offers master's program in biological sciences with the biomedical option and conservation option. The second department is the Department of Foods, Nutrition and Dietetics, and the department is headed by Mr. Felix Bor, and this department offers foods, nutrition and dietetics and also fashion and textile design. And the third department is the Department of Mathematics, Chemistry and Physics, and the department is headed by Professor Paul Samuel Francis, and the department offers degree program in mathematics, and also in chemistry the department offers general chemistry, biochemistry, analytical chemistry and industrial chemistry options. And the last department is the Department of Technology, and the department is headed by Mr. James Ayamba, and the department offers a degree program in automotive and electronics with industrial option and communication option. You are welcome to join in the School of Science and Technology. Thank you.
Welcome once again to the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton, the international family. Thank you and enjoy your studies.
Welcome to the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton, and welcome to the Registrar's Office. This is the office that brings you into Baraton, and this is the office which will monitor your progress, academic progress throughout until when you graduate. So you're welcome to this orientation session. The persons serving in the Registrar's Office are the following: Mrs. Elizabeth Meito, the acting registrar, and then we have Gibson Jacob, deputy registrar, and also the person in charge of admissions. There is Festus Kosgei, is the assistant registrar for records and registration. We have John Chacha, assistant registrar for examinations. We have Dorcas Mule, she's a secretary, and also we have Mrs. Choge, who is also a secretary. In Baraton, we operate under semester and trimester. So I bring you the semester and trimester information. Each semester lasts 16 weeks. First semester is from August to December. second semester runs from January to April, and the inter-semester runs from May to July, while the trimester system runs from August to November, January to April, and April to July. Actually, it is a nursing school which operates on the trimester system. The rest of the university operates on the semester system. I bring you now the academic calendar. The first semester, stroke trimester, 2020-2021, goes as follows. Registration for new students begins on August 17th to 28th, 2020. Then registration for continuing students also runs from August 17th to 28th. Classes will begin on September 1st, 2020, and the last day for students to enter a class will be September 4th, 2020. No one will be allowed to enter class after this date, that is after September 4th, 2020. So you should close registration by this date, and make sure you will have organized your fees by this date so that you will not be locked out from the semester. So please plan accordingly. We have students who may want to withdraw for one reason or another. So the last day that students can withdraw will be on September 25th. Otherwise, if you don't withdraw by this date, then you will receive an F grade for all the classes that you will have registered. So also take note of this date because it is very, very important. Mark you, an F grade is a permanent grade on your transcript, and it will always remain as a mark which wherever you will go will always raise eyebrows to people who look at it. So make sure you take care, you plan well. Academic bulletin. The academic bulletin is a book or a program that contains all the information regarding your study at the university. It contains important dates for each semester or trimester. It has important information about your degree requirements. It has important university procedures and policies. We have a bulletin in the website for each student to access. Please make sure you read through it and you get to understand the policies that are in there, because these govern your studies, and if you do not follow them keenly, it may affect also your academic journey here. It is your responsibility, therefore, to make sure that you meet all your degree requirements. The Students Governing Bulletin is the bulletin in which a student joins the university. So for you, your bulletin is the 2020-2024 bulletin. We always make bulletins that run for 4 years. So this is your bulletin. You will find it on the website. Academic advisor. This is an advisor that will guide you right from day one when you join the university to the time you complete your university and you're ready for graduation. This is also the same, actually the academic advisor is also the head of the department. You need to work very, very closely with your head of department or academic advisor. How to register for classes. We have steps that will guide you to register for classes. Then the person who will really guide you in this registration is your academic advisor or HOD, as we've said. Is a person who will guide you on which courses you are supposed to register for each semester. And to register, you have to have paid at least 60% of your total fees. Then after that, go online to the registration form that is online. Check if your statement is updated. Select the current semester. Select your residence and your room number if you are in the dorm. Select your Sabbath school class. Select your courses as advised by your HOD or academic advisor, close your registration, go for approval from your dean and major advisor, confirm your registration, and lastly, print out your registration. Requirements for online registration. To be able to register online, you need to have basic knowledge on how to use a computer. New students will always be assisted, but you also need to learn so that in the next semester, you will be able to do it by your own. Also, to register online, you need your username and password. We have already made your usernames and passwords, and we've already sent them to you. So these are required when you'll be doing your registration. You also need internet connection. Where will you find these registration forms? Go to the website, click on the registration tab at the top of the page, click on the student tab at the top of the next page, and then you log in to your account.
How are you and welcome? My name is John Chacha. I'm an assistant registrar in charge of exams. I'm going to take you through the examination part, and welcome. During your stay at the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton, I know that you came here to look for academics, and at the end of every semester, you are expected to sit for final examination. And we normally have exams the last week and a half of the semester. That's when you are expected to sit for your final exams. Up to the first semester of 2019-2020, all final examinations were held in a specific venue, usually in a hall we call here auditorium. However, because of the COVID-19, which you are aware has affected the entire world, our examination for second semester were done online. And this could remain until things normalizes. Now, you must be financially cleared for you to take your final exams. So normally towards the end of the semester, you are expected to make sure that you have done your financial clearance, make sure that your financial arrangements are made prior, a month before you sit for your final examination. When doing written examination on campus, your school ID or student ID card will be swapped at the examination hall to make sure that you are financially cleared. And even during this time when we have the pandemic, you are expected to have your ID, which you will be communicated on how to get it. But if you will be doing your examination online, your lecturer will only enroll you for the examination after you have been cleared financially. So make sure you do the financial clearance before the end of the semester exams. Normally, before you sit for the exam, the university will produce examination timetable. And you as a student, you are expected to read your examination timetable carefully. And we normally recommend that students be ready for the exam 30 minutes before the exam starts. So make sure that you do all the necessary arrangement and be at the examination venue if you will be on campus, or if it is online, be ready before that. Students who miss an examination because of not reading the examination timetable carefully are not allowed to take the examination. So this is a very important point. You as a student should make sure that you read your examination timetable carefully. if you don't read it carefully, you will be given grade F. And grade F is equal to failure. It is your responsibility to know your examination schedule. Special examination. Students who are unable to receive financial clearance will not be allowed to take examination and will receive a grade called UE. Now UE, the student may apply for a special examination during the next semester once financial clearance is received. Special examinations are given during the first part of the semester and after regular examinations at the end of the semester. So students can take special examination with other students taking the examination for the class. The cost for special examination is usually 500 Kenya shilling for each examination taken during the designated days for special examination. There is no charges for special examination taken during the normal examination period. Policies for special examination. Special examination must be done within 2 years of missing the examination. Special examination at the beginning of the semester can be up to 18 credit hours. You realize that each course has a weight on credit hours, as we'll look at it later on. Special examination at the end of the semester are limited to a combination total of 22 credit hours of the class. And special examination, if you are registered for 18 credit hours, you can only take 4 credit hours for special exam. So take that into consideration when you are going to sit for the special exam, either at the beginning or at the end of the semester. We normally have a form for applying for special examination. We call it special examination form. You are supposed to access it from the university website under the download area, where you'll be able to get that form. And on the form, it contains several information that you're supposed to provide as a student. That is your student name, student ID, date, major, date of admission. And then after providing those first necessary information, you're supposed to provide the course code, course title, number of credit hours. And then after that, you are supposed to take it for signatures. Your lecturer must sign on the form, and your head of department must also sign on the form. And after that, you take it to student finance officer, who will also check your financial clearance and then sign. And then after that, you return it to the registrar's office. Lecturers submit the change of grade form to the registrar's office. The form must contain copy of special examination form that you have filled and submitted to the registrar's office. There is also a receipt of payment for special examination that you are supposed to sit for, and a copy of the bookmark to show that you attended that class. Academic Standards Committee will vote to approve the changes of the grade. Supplementary examination. A supplementary examination is an additional examination for students who has not attained a passing grade in a certain course. This is a second chance for the course. There is also a form for supplementary examination. You can also obtain it from the same part, from the university website under download area. The supplementary examination form will be filled with the details about the student. Have your lecturer sign the form and also the head of department. Then pay supplementary examination fee and have the student finance officer sign the form. Take the form to the registrar's office for signing. There is a policy that guides supplementary examination. To qualify for supplementary examination, you must be an undergraduate student, earn a grade between F and C on your final examination. Supplementary examination are to be taken in the next semester or trimester after the course was taken. Supplementary examinations are only given on the first Monday of the semester. So if you miss, make sure that you are available during that time. Students are allowed to take supplementary examination for a course only once. After you have sat for your supplementary examination, examination fee of a third of the cost per credit is payable before the examination date. Students who fail the supplementary examination must take the course again. The highest grade that you can attain by taking supplementary examination is a grade C+. You cannot get any grade higher than that. The earned grade will replace the original grade. After you have sat for your supplementary exam, the lecturer submits the changes of grade form to the registrar's office. The registrar brings the change of grade to academic standards for approval. After the changes for the grade is approved, the registrar signs the change of grade, and the original grade earned in the class is changed to the grade approved by academic standards. Grades. We have a grading scale in this university. As you can see, the grades are as follows. 85 to 100 is A plain, 80 to 84 A minus, 75 to 79 B plus, 70 to 74 B, 65 to 69 B minus, and it goes all the way up to the last part. As you can see, 40 to 49 is a D, and 0 to 39 is an F. And F, I'll show you later on how it affects your GPA. Some academic information which appears on your student records. There are some grades that will appear on each course that you have registered for. Now, we have got NG, no grade. No grade has been recorded for this class. Anytime you register for a given course, the first grade that appears there is grade NG, which means no grade has been earned for this course. The next one is grade S, which is satisfactory. This is a grade given for certain courses which do not affect the GPA to indicate that the class has been successfully completed. There is grade U, which is unsatisfactory, a grade given for a certain course which do not affect the GPA to indicate that the class was not successfully completed. UE, uncleared examination, given when final examination is not taken because of lack of exam pass. After special examination has been taken, the UE will be changed to the grade and for the class. DG. DG is an initial grade given for a certain course which ran over 2 or 3 semesters. It's referred to as deferred grade. So if you have a course that will run over a period of more than 2 semesters, you will be given a DG grade. Any extension of time beyond this need approval of Academic Standards Committee. AW, administrative withdrawal. Administrative withdrawal replaces a DG grade assigned to a course which has not been completed for 2 semesters. AW is also given if a student gets suspended during the semester. The student is expected to register for the same course again to obtain a valid grade. IW, incomplete work. The incomplete work is a grade given when a student cannot complete the class due to illness or other unforeseen circumstance, and not because of negligence. The student must apply for IW before final exam. The form can be obtained from the university website. The student must get all the required signatures from the relevant lecturers and also from the department, and submit the form to the registrar's office. Change of grade. Any perceived error or omission on a student's grade after careful review should be reported within 2 weeks of the issuing of the grade. If the correction is not done within 2 weeks, the instructor applies for change of grade. No change of grade will be approved unless it involves computation or clerical error on the part of the examiner. The change of grade must be approved by academic standards. Repeating a course. If you fail a class or get a grade in your major area that is too low, usually below C minus, you must repeat the course. The last grade you receive in the class will be included in your GPA. The previous grade will be suppressed and will not affect your GPA, but will remain in your transcript. So it is important that you take care as you go through your academic study here, so that you don't affect your GPA and also dirtify your transcript. So any course that has been repeated will contain an asterisk on it. A course can only be repeated once. If the class needs to be repeated more than once, you must receive the approval of Academic Standards Committee. Grade point average, GPA. GPA, or the grade point average, is calculated by dividing the total credit point by the number of credit hours. Grade A to F are used to calculate your GPA. As you can see, we have got different points for a given grade. A has a maximum point of 4.0. A minus is 3.67. All the way down up to F that has 0.00. So depending on the grade that you get, you'll have a different weight for each grade that you have attained. Calculating the GPA. The way we calculate the GPA is the grade you have gotten has the value of points, and you take those points, you multiply by the credit hours. Like for example, what we have on the screen, we have got a course called RELT 155. It has got 2 credit hours, and the student scored B minus. For B minus, the value for that is 2.65. If you multiply 2 times 2.67, you get 5.34. The next one, which is English 105, it has got 3 credit hours, and the student scored B plus. B plus has a weight of 3.33. If you multiply 3 times 3.33, you get 9.99. Now, if, for example, this is for first semester and you registered, these are the scores or the grades that you earned. At the end of the semester, your GPA will be, we will add total number of credits. Like for example, this semester the students sat for 19 credit and the total points is 62.67. Now what we do, we take 62.67, we divide it by 19 credit hours and we'll attain 3.30. Calculating the GPA still, you notice that a student who has scored F grade, the F grade will have 0 points. That's why I was telling you that take care of your grades, because each grade that you earn affects your GPA. So for example, this student got an F in Physics 100, and so it affects the GPA. Calculating the cumulative GPA. Each semester you earn different grades. Now those grades will be accumulating each semester. And remember, these points are going to affect your GPA up to the time you finish your studies at the university. From the moment you enter the university, every single grade that you earn is going to affect your GPA. So it is important that as you start, you should know that all the grade that you earn are going to affect your GPA. So let's say, for example, first semester, you took 19 credit hours. Your GPA is 3.30. And the second semester, you got 3.04. Now, we calculate like this. We take the total number of credit hours for the 2 semesters is 38. And then we take the total points for the 2 semesters, which is 62.67 and also 57.67. And then we will divide 120.34, we divide it by the total number of credit hours. And then your GPA, cumulative GPA, will be 3.17. Calculating the GPA, still, you notice it's the same thing. Total number of credit hours is 19, and again, the student scored those points. When we add the total there, it comes to 59.02. 59.02 divided by 19, it comes to 3.11. And again, cumulative GPA for the student, when you add the third semester there, which is first semester for 2021/2022, the total number of credit hours moves to 57. And then the total number of points here moves to 179.36. When you take 179.36 divided by 57, which is the total number of credit hours, you realize that it comes to 3.17. So what is important is that every semester, all those grades are going to affect your GPA. Now, you realize that in case you repeat a course, if you repeat a course, I had told you earlier on that the new grade that you will get will not affect your GPA, but it will appear on your transcript. Now, for example, if you realized earlier on the student had scored an F grade for Physics 100. Now, in this case, the student repeated the course and the student has scored A-. Now, what will happen is that this grade will replace the F1 However, it will still stay in your transcript. Now, when we calculate, you realize that that course has been striked out, which means the F grade will not affect your GPA. So now when we calculate your GPA once more, for that given semester, instead of 19 credit hours, it will be 17 credit hours. And when we do the total GPA for the 2 semesters, for first semester and second semester, you realize that the total number of credit hours have gone down. And like previously, it was 38, now it is 36. When you divide by the total number of points, the GPA goes up a bit, which is 3.34. Calculating the GPA still. Now, when we put the total of credits that the student has sat, that is plus this one course that the student repeated, you realize that the GPA will improve when we put everything in total. So it is important that the student knows that when you repeat a course, that grade will not affect your GPA. Graduation requirements. Grades less than C- will not apply for core, concentration, and cognate and minor courses. Some departments require high grades. A minimum GPA cumulative of 2.0 with 2.25 in the core and concentration and 2.0 in minor and cognate. Some departments require higher grades. Change of major. In case you want to change your major, there is a form that you can obtain from the university website, and that form will help you change your major. You fill the form and get necessary signatures from the department, head of department from the program that you are leaving, and also dean of the school from the program you are leaving, then also the head of department from your new department, and the dean for the school of your new department. Make sure all these 4 people sign the form, and after the form has been signed, get a letter from your sponsor or your parent saying that you have been approved to change your major. Bring the form to the registrar's office for approval. And government-sponsored students can only change their major during registration period of their first enrollment. You cannot change your major after that time. So all government-sponsored students, you are allowed to only change your major before you start your studies. So as you begin, make sure that you take care of this. Adding a minor. A minor is a second area of emphasis, but only has about 30 credits. Some programs require students to have a minor. To apply for a minor, you can also download the change of major form from the university website, get all the necessary signatures, head of department for your major, dean for the school of your major, head of department for your minor, and also the dean of the school for your minor. Get a letter from your sponsor approving that you are going to add this minor unless your program requires a minor. Bring this form to the registrar's office for approval. We normally have academic awards for students who have excelled in their studies. So the academic awards are given during an honor convocation that is held during the second semester. of each academic year. There are 3 types of awards given, that is Dean's List, Honors Roll, Special Awards. The Dean's List, to qualify for the Dean's List, you must meet the following criteria. Number 1, be a registered student with 16 credit hours or more in either of the previous 2 semesters. Earn a GPA of 3.0 on higher during that semester. Have no grade lower than B- during that semester. And also have no grade of IW or UE during the semester. Honors Roll. To qualify for Honors Roll, student must meet the following criteria. Be registered for 16 credit hours or more, both for the previous 2 semesters. Earn a GPA of 3.0 or more in both of those semesters. Earn no grade lower than B- during both semesters. Have no grade of IW or UE during both semesters. Special awards. To qualify for special awards, the student must also meet the following criteria. Be registered for 16 credit hours or more in each of the 3 previous semesters. Earn a GPA of 3.5 during each of the previous semesters. Have no grade lower than B- for all the 3 semesters. Have no grade of IW or UE during each of the previous semesters. Academic dishonesty. Honesty is expected of every student. Dishonesty includes plagiarism, forging signatures, cheating in tests or examination, copying from or looking at other students' work. Dishonesty may result in failing grade or dismissal from the university or any other disciplinary action that may be deemed appropriate for the student. Plagiarism is taking someone else's work or ideas and then you don't recognize this person. Example include finding a research paper on the internet and then you submit it as your own class assignment. Or you copy words or ideas from someone, not giving the credit to this individual. Not citing a quotation or giving incorrect information about the quotation. Relying too heavily on someone else's work. So this is regarded as plagiarism. So kindly avoid this for you to be able to go through your studies well. Cheating in final examination. There are some students who, because of not preparing enough, they think that during the final examination, they can do some funny tricks to be able to help them pass. But this is not allowed. So cheating during the examination consists of bringing any of the following prohibited material in the examination room, that is cell phone, unauthorized papers or notes, any other prohibited materials like these days we have got smart watches. You are not allowed to bring all those materials in the examination hall. What happens if you are caught cheating in the examination? You will receive an F grade, and on top of that, you will have to repeat that class, and again, you will have to pay for the class again, and then you will be suspended usually for 1 semester. That is a lot. No one wants to go through that. And so work hard, do your work well, so that at the end of it, you are not caught up in this problem, because the consequences are too dire. Academic probation. Any student with a cumulative GPA of less than 2.0 at the end of the semester is placed on academic probation. If the cumulative GPA remains below 2.0 for 2 or more consecutive semesters, the student may be put on academic suspension. Academic suspension, if a student is suspended 2 times for academic reason, he or she may be advised to change his or her major. If placed on suspension again, in the new program, he or she will be subjected to dismissal. And so make sure that you work hard so that you don't experience this. It is a very tough situation. I don't think anyone wants to go through this. Academic dismissal. A student becomes subject to academic dismissal by earning a GPA of 0.5 or less during a given semester. Failure to reach a GPA of 2.0 for 3 successive semesters. Then the student also displays a high degree of irresponsibility in matters such as class attendance and homework assignment. Academic grievances. Any student with any academic grievance, such as unfair grading, cheating, or misunderstanding, should follow the following procedure. Talk to your lecturer first, then talk to the department chairperson, talk to the dean of the school, go to the deputy vice chancellor in charge of academics in written form through the chairperson and the dean of the school. I want to thank you for watching this session, and I want to welcome you to the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton, and may God bless you as you start your journey with us here. Otherwise, we pray that God may bless you. Thank you.
Welcome to University of Eastern Africa, Baraton, and we thank you so much for choosing UEAB as your university. We offer holistic, quality Christian education, and we are really happy to have you here in UEAB. Thank you so much. I just want to bring a few highlights on what we do in the accounts office. And particularly, we have an office called Student Finance Office, which handles student finance issues. And the student finance manager is here with us, and she will take us through some of the issues that we cover and some of the services that we offer to our students. I would like to just give a few highlights on what she will discuss. She will help us understand the student statement and the fee structure, how it looks like, what you are supposed to pay, how we are supposed to pay. And I think by the end of this orientation, we will have known how to pay our fees. She will also help us understand a few issues which are handled in the Student Finance Office, like cash withdrawal, which I just want to mention that cash withdrawal for personal use are not allowed for students unless there is a very, very important reason for the same, or an urgent matter which will require authorization from maybe our CFO. She will also talk about the financial aid, which you will also find in your student handbook. We have some student sponsorship apart from the help loan, which you are, I think by now you are aware of. There are some financial sponsorship which the university offers to our students who are needy. And one of them is our work program, which is available to students to assist them make some money for their fees and partly for their upkeep. We also have a bonus program at UEAB, which assists us to also pay our tuition fees. The bonus program is subject to availability of funds. We also have needy and worthy program, which is meant for students who are very needy at the university. So those are the sponsorship aid, financial aid that we have in UEAB. There is also a Kolpatua program or literature evangelism, which some of the students have utilized and are able to pay their school fees and meet their upkeep needs. So the student finance manager will assist us understand some of these things. And I think by the end of this orientation, we will have known how to go about our finances in UEAB. Thank you so much for choosing UEAB and welcome.
Hello and welcome to the University of Eastern Africa Baraton. We are very excited to have you with us and would like to take you through the financial processes in the university as pertains to the students. We know that you're beginning a new chapter in your life. This is a chapter that will unlock many exciting opportunities for your service to God and to mankind. By the time you'll be through with our program at UAB, you will be shaped and prepared to embrace the UAB values, which include integrity. These will help you to be honest and have a strong moral principle as you deal with your career. These will also embrace excellence. You will be outstanding and you'll be extremely good in all that you do. It will teach you to be a team player, teamwork. You'll be able to collaborate well with others in your field of work. And you will also embrace professionalism, which will equip you. You'll be competent enough, have the skills that are required and expected of you as a professional. Now, at the Student Finance Office, we have various services that we offer, and the student being our key stakeholders, some of the services that we offer include we assess, we bill, and we collect tuition fees and other university-related charges. Any monies that are paid into the university, any charges related to the students are processed at the Student Finance Office. We also advise on payment options, and we also do advice on payment arrangements that can be made either with your sponsor or with you as an individual, as a student. We also process refunds of credit balances on your account. If you meet the criteria of a refund, as will be presented later in this presentation, we also process that. We also collaborate with the sponsors, specifically for the students who are sponsored by the Seventh-day Adventist Church. We collaborate and ensure that you are billed, and we send your bills to them and that they make payment for you to be able to continue with your studies. One of the biggest questions once you hear of UEAB, we've welcomed you, you've come to this place, you are excited. What is the cost of attending the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton? We have a major costs and other costs. The major costs are things like the tuition fees that is charged per credit hour. And then we have the administrative fee. This enables us to give you other services like the library services. It caters for the cost for the semester examinations. The university is able to pay for the internet that you use while on campus. We also have a yearbook which details the events of the institution. And we also have the student government, which also is paid through the fee that you will remit. And we also have another cost, boarding fee. This comes as a package. When you pay boarding fee, you are able to reside in our halls of residence, and you take your meals at our cafeteria. It comes as a package. You cannot separate the accommodation and the food. You cannot say like you're staying in the halls of residence and you will not pay for the meals. Once you've declared that you want to be a boarding student, you pay the package for accommodation and for food. At the Student Finance Office, we also manage the student accounts. These are the financial records that are kept and maintained at our office. They keep a running balance of all the payments and all the charges that you make while at the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. Suppose you maybe studied for 2 years and you get to our office and say you'd like to see all your transactions since you joined the institution. We are able to do that through the Student Finance Office, and these details are given at our office, shown in your financial statement. How do you access your financial statement? You can access it online via the Student Online Registration Portal, or you can request it directly from the Student Finance Office using an email that is given here, sfoffice@uab.ac.ke. The Student Online Registration Portal services will be given in another presentation, which will guide you through on how to access your financial statement. After talking all about the cost and the student account, you're probably wondering, where do I get these exact figures on how much is expected of me to pay? We have a fee structure that is approved by the University Council every academic year, and then it is published on the university website. It's a detailed document that shows the amount you're required to pay per semester for each program and at every level of education. Our website is www.uab.ac.ke. You'll be able to find our fee structure there. Once you've known how much to pay, you'll probably wondering, where should I pay this money? Where do I make the payment? The university has approved the following banks for fee payments. We have in Kenya shillings and in USD for the international students, or for whoever may wish to do a payment in USD. We have services with the Standard Chartered Bank. The account number is indicated there. The Kenya Commercial Bank, the account number is indicated. Equity Bank, Barclays Bank, and EcoBank. For Barclays Bank, we can also pay through a pay bill. We have a pay bill number, which is given there. You can use it to pay. And ensure that when you pay, when it calls for the account number, make sure that it's the student's ID that is indicated. Always indicate your student ID. For any payment that you make, never forget to indicate your student ID as given to you by the institution. For EcoBank, we also have a pay bill number. Same also applies. And for the USD, we have two accounts. There is a KCB dollar account and an EcoBank dollar account. For payments that are being done from outside the country, they always ask for a SWIFT code, which I know sometimes brings a challenge, but it's indicated there. And for EcoBank, the SWIFT code is also indicated there. These payment options give us a wide range for all our students to be able to pay. For equity, you can even pay through the agent, so long as your student ID is indicated. For KCB, I know we also have agents, KCB Mtani. You can also pay through those avenues and will be able to receive your fee. Once the payments are done, we will post them to your student account as indicated earlier. There are important dates that you also need to note. We have an academic calendar, which is usually available on our website. From the student finance end, there are important dates like registration. Registration is important because you cannot register if you have not done your payment. Now, for new students, you pay full fee upon admission. Before you finish your registration process, ensure that you have paid your full fee as stipulated in the fee structure. For the continuing students, we have two categories. We have students who are government-sponsored, and we have students who are self-sponsored. For the government-sponsored students, you are required to pay your full fee on the registration time. And for the self-sponsored students, upon registration, you are expected to pay 60% of your fee, and before the semester examination, final semester examinations, you pay the remaining 40%. Another date to note also is the final semester examinations, where you're supposed to have completed all your fee, all the semester fee, before you're cleared to sit for your examinations. We also have graduation, which is the height, a climax of your studies or of your stay here. You are expected to complete all the fee, including the graduation fee for the particular time, before you obtain a financial clearance from our office. We also do refunds in our office of our credit balance in students' account, but there are circumstances under which you can obtain a refund. You can obtain a refund if you're transferring to another institution. You've joined UAB and maybe you've discovered you may not be able to finish your studies from this institution. You're transferring to another for one reason or another. You request for a refund, and there is a procedure that is followed. Once you complete the procedure, we are able to make a refund. You can also do a refund if you are withdrawing from the institution. Maybe you may decide you may never want to complete your studies, or you're withdrawing for one reason or another. We can also make a refund. However, when withdrawing, there are conditions. If you've just been admitted and you discover that you will not continue to have your studies with us, we will charge you 10% a processing fee, because you've already paid, you've offered you service up to that point, but you're now withdrawing. We will charge you 10% of the amount that you had paid. We also refund when students have completed, you've graduated, and you had overpaid money in your account. You will need the money back. We also request for the same, and we do a refund. Kindly note that fees once paid will not be withdrawn for personal use. The payments made to your account are meant for academic services and for your services within the institution. You're not allowed to withdraw them at any point for your personal use. We have taken you through the financial processes from the Student Finance Office or the Business Office. And I know you have maybe many questions, many things you may want to be clarified. You can always reach us by emailing our office through the email given there on the screen, sfoffice@ueab.ac.ke. And if you happen to be on campus, you can also visit us during office hours as stipulated below. We have most like the whole day, Monday through Thursday, the whole day we are open. Friday we are open half day because we close at 1 for Sabbath preparations. And but on Saturday and public holidays, we are closed. So feel free to reach out to us for any information. We are there for you, and we eagerly await to serve you. Welcome once more, and enjoy your academic journey at the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton.
My name is Mr. Samuel Kariuki. I am the Dean of Men. That means those men, those gentlemen who stay on campus, I cater for them in the halls of residence. Welcome. Chapter 12 of the UEAB Students' Handbook deals with organizations. All registered students at UAB in any particular semester belong to what is known as Students' Association of Baraton University Body, which is a student body. It is SABU in short. This is the organization through which University of Eastern Africa students are represented by their fellow students whom they have chosen. All students must pay Kenya shillings 100 every semester towards SABU. There are benefits thereof in terms of social welfare. You can be a student leader at the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton, but you must be a performing student. Academically, you must be doing well. Always, for you to qualify to vie for a position in UAB, you must have a GPA of 2.5 and maintain that when you are in office. There are other organizations that you can join also, such as clubs and national and international groupings. Chapter 12 deals with the house policy. When you are at UEB, you get a feeling that you are at home. The slogan that we have in the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton, is UEB is a home far away from home. The environment in UAB is conducive for living in and for learning. The halls of residence are comfortable. Ordinarily, 4 students share a cubicle or a room. Coronavirus social distancing requirements might necessitate some changes. I wish to advise you to hurry up to secure your space, which will go on first come, first served basis. There are also residential accommodation off campus. If you choose that, you need to make prior arrangements. Those staying in our halls of residence are expected to take maximum care of the facilities, including but not limited to the sockets that are there, the restrooms, water, TV sets, and the like. We also do not allow any student to drive nails into the walls of the halls of residence. We do not encourage guests in the halls of residence unless you have made prior arrangements with the residence deans. Always be courteous to one another when you are in the halls of residence and in the university in general. We normally have students on study work program. Some of those students who work in work study program are known as RAs, resident assistants. I want to encourage you to cooperate with them because they are meant for your good. They deal with even matters to do with your security when you are in the halls of residence. When you are in the UAB, the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton, is answerable concerning your welfare to your parents, your guardians, your sponsors, and also to the government of Kenya. You must therefore cooperate with the university in all matters that you find in the student's handbook. Such matters include boy-girl relationships. On campus at UAB, we have counseling services in the university. All these services are at your disposal. You can exploit them anytime that you have a problem. Always follow the laid down procedure to address your concerns and your complaints and your grievances, and you will always be sorted out. I want you also to familiarize yourself with the policy statement on alcohol and illicit drug abuse. The University of Eastern Africa is a Christian-based institution of higher learning, and we do not wish to see our students waste away because of alcohol and drugs. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about the collective measures that you'll find in the student's handbook. Just like any other institution or organization, the University of Eastern Africa has outlined several corrective measures meant for those who blatantly and repeatedly break or fail to conform with what is required of them. We hope you do not belong to this kind of group. Please familiarize yourself with these corrective measures in the University of Eastern Africa Students Handbook. Otherwise, I take this opportunity to wish you an enjoyable experience in the University of Eastern Africa Baraton as you pursue your career. Welcome, welcome, and come well.
Welcome our prospective students wherever you are. We have a privilege to host you when you come to Baraton or when you enroll as a student. My names are Pastor Job Rotich. I work under the Student Services as a Dean for Men of campus. Those students that stay outside the campus, we have accommodation as was mentioned by Mr. Kariuki, but they are private accommodations. We have a handbook, and I want to invite you so that you familiarize yourself, because it is online. But when you come, you will be privileged to have a copy. The philosophy of this university is that recognizes God as a true source of true knowledge. And therefore, a lot of emphasis has been put on spiritual nourishment of all our students within the time they will be here in the university. And therefore, the university has invested a lot on spiritual nurture. The university has several chaplains. The university has taken an endeavor that all students undertaking all disciplines in all schools must go through at least 12 hours, credit hours of religion, so that at the end of your stay here, you will not only be prepared academically or mentally, but also spiritually, together with social and physical preparation. And therefore, it is a requirement that as you come, it is part of the curriculum of the university that we have church appointments, so that we are all enriched. So we have boarding students that are supposed to attend at least 45 minutes of worship every day from Sunday to Saturday. But those that are off campus, those are non-boarding students, will attend on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So for Saturday, it is the whole campus. Everybody is encouraged to go to church. On Friday evening, it is the whole campus, and also Wednesday. Those are high spiritual days in a week. In addition to that, we have very special and important spiritual events in the campus during the semester. For instance, we'll be having a week of spiritual emphasis, where we will get the best speakers that we can get, whether they are from within the country or outside the country. We have days, at least 3 to 4 days, for camp meeting, where we will be celebrating spiritual food together. We have a week that is designed as Adventist Heritage. We also have Health Emphasis Week. All these have been prepared and geared to developing every student in matters spiritual. We also have a campus ministries department, which every student is encouraged to attend if possible, because it has several activities that it undertakes, like outreach ministry, Adventist youth organization and prayer bands, Pathfinder groups, adventurous clubs, and also Sabbath afternoon programs. We also encourage students to join these programs and also to participate, including the singing groups. This you will enjoy. You have a privilege and a right to participate in these spiritual programs. In chapter 2 of our handbook, we have 12 points of entitlements or rights, privileges, and responsibilities of each student as they continue studying in Baraton. Number 1 is you are entitled to a learning environment which is conducive to the fullest development of human mind. Number 2, you have a right which you can claim to be spiritually nurtured, and we assure you that you will enjoy this spiritual nurture. You also have a right and a privilege of atmosphere that models appropriate social behavior, so that as you continue here, you are modeled socially. You have a right and a privilege of environment that promotes and protects healthful living, personal welfare, and safety. And therefore, those that are boarding, they will always discover that even their diet has been geared to developing and promoting their physical welfare. You have a privilege and a right to associate, and therefore there are clubs that are recognized by the university that you need to join and enroll. You also have freedom of expression within the confines of the rights of the university. You also have a freedom of environment that is free from any harassment, whether by a fellow student or by any staff member or faculty. You have a freedom and a right to be counseled when you need counseling. So we have a vibrant counseling department. You also have you have privilege and freedom and right of impartial discipline in case there is any. And you also have freedom to clear procedures in handling any grievance that may crop. And finally, you have a freedom to appeal in any action that you think you were not given a right. But please note that all these rights, they come with corresponding responsibilities. So I invite you to look at page 15 up to 19 of your student handbook. Our student handbook is the 11th edition that was recently reviewed 2019. Thank you and may God bless you. Welcome to Baraton.
Hello, welcome to the University of Eastern African Baraton, and congratulations for joining the University of Eastern Africa Baraton. My name is Evelyn Adegu, the Assistant Dean of Women in Campus. I'm going to take you through the student handbook, chapters 7, 8, and 10. The first one, chapter 7, I'll deal on financial aid. The University of Eastern Africa Baraton realizes that we have needy and worthy students who join the university, And so they have put in place measures on how they can help the students go through their studies by supporting them financially. The fund is not a big fund, but it helps students move on. The funds are limited, but presently we have the following programs: the UAB Scholarship Fund, the Bonus Program, Student Work Study Program, and Canvassing Programs. Those are the 4 programs available on campus. The student who qualify can apply and partake of them. Those who qualify might have a GPA of 2.5. That means you have to really work hard. And at the same time, such a student should have good citizenship. This means that the student should not be involved in any disciplinary cases. That is on financial. Chapter 8, I want to have an overview on the social life. The University of Eastern Africa Baraton is a co-education institution where wholesome association contributes to the student social development. Young men and women are encouraged to associate in a way that they will respect each other's personhood, and they are encouraged to live specialized relationship for a later time when they are ready for it. We encourage students to associate, but to put studies first. UAB encourages relationship that, among others, will have the following guidelines: relationships that are not abusive in nature, relationships that avoid physical conduct and of sexual in nature, relationships that bring public display of affection, and relationships that are free from alcohol and other drug-related things. Relationship that will not lead to premarital sex, lesbianism, and homosexuality. And relationships that are not hidden from parents and the school administration. Marriages. The University of Eastern Africa Baraton encourages students to concentrate on their studies. But if they so feel that they want to get married during the time they are in school, they are encouraged to have their marriage during the holiday time. And then after marriage, they are supposed to bring the marriage certificate to the office of the DVC SARS so that it can be recorded that they have been married. And those who join the University of Eastern Africa Baraton, they should declare their status. If they are married, in the first 1 month, they should bring the legal documentation to the office of the DVC SARS to show that they are married. On the same note, we have social gathering as part of social life in the University of Eastern Africa Baraton. And in case of any social gathering and celebrations, the office of the DVC SARS need to be informed about the gathering, and they need to follow the regulation of the university. In that gathering, they are expected to have a staff or faculty of their choice who will be able to attend. And the time should be within the university stipulated time. And it is strictly prohibited that students should be in a company of an opposite sex after 9 p.m. So after 9 p.m., ladies are expected to be in their halls of residence. Men are supposed to be on their hall of residence. No, they should not be in the company of the opposite sex. Chapter 10 that talks about the student decorum. This is a very key chapter. It is talking about our dressing. I know this is a very sensitive topic. We have heard it at some time where we say, my dress, my choice. But UAB family acknowledges that our dress, speech, groom, and general behavior often reflects how we present ourselves and our maturity. So the book education states like that a person's character is judged by the way they dress, by their decorum. The philosophy here as a Christian institution, we seek to make the best of each person's appearance in order to be good example to others. Therefore, no education is complete that does not teach about dressing, and thus the Baraton standard of dressing emphasizes on the following. Number one, we emphasize on balance. We want to avoid extremes. We should dress in a neat, simple, clean, modesty, regardless of our culture and style. Overdressing and showing off should be avoided. Appropriateness. Clothing should reflect the corresponding dignity of the occasion. So whatever, if it's sports time, we should dress in a sportish way. If it's time to go to church, we should dress in a way that reflects the occasion. Self-confidence. We should dress in a manner that we will stand out in our confidence without any fear. So the following are the type of dressings that is accepted in the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. The ladies' attires. Ladies should be dressed in clothes that fall below the knee. The dressing should not expose their thighs. They should not be too tight. They should not be transparent or have extreme slits. As for men, should be clothed in a modesty and a formal way. An acceptable dressing is a long list. When you have your hard copy or soft copy of your handbook, please go through them on page 69. But just to mention but a few, we have sagging of trousers is not encouraged. Compact uniform is not allowed. Non-functional jewelries are not allowed. Necklaces, bangles, earrings, they are not allowed. Extreme hairstyles, not allowed. Colored hairs are not allowed. And so, we want to encourage you that we should dress modestly in a best way possible to present ourselves as university students of the UEAB Baraton. Note, any university officer on campus is authorized to bar any student to enter any class or any function if you are not dressed appropriately. Another note, the security officers at the gates have the mandate to implement the dress code as stipulated in the student handbook. And so if you don't cooperate with them, then there is disciplinary measures that comes with that. And we believe that this will be a blessed moment for you in Baraton. May God bless you and welcome to UEAB. Thank you very much.
I am Pastor Grace Sitiene Sawe. I am the Dean of Women of campus. I am going to lead you through chapter 4 of our student handbook, which is university appointments. University appointments is part of university curriculum, and we have official university appointments. Number one, we have daily evening worships, which is on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. We have separate worship on Monday, whereby the students living on campus, that is ladies' dorm and men's dorm, meet separately, and students living off campus also meet separately. We have special power units that are held on Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and this is compulsory for all boarding students. We have General Assembly, which is on Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. We have Power Hour, which is on Wednesday evening. Friday Vespers, Sabbath, which includes Sabbath school lesson discussion, Divine Hour, and Sundown worship. We have week of spiritual emphasis. We have a camp meeting, and all class-related meetings are university official appointments. There are 3 kinds of absences. Number 1, we have authorized and approved absences. These ones are absences which a student signs out and acquires all signatures from the respective persons. We have absences that are not authorized and not approved. We also have absences that are due to certified sicknesses. Students are allowed up to a maximum of 6 weekend leaves. Chapter 5 of Student Handbook talks about off-campus leaves. We have 3 categories of leaves. We have weekend leaves, which I've said before that you have a maximum of 6 weekends per semester to go out. We have day leaves, which are limited to 1 per week. And other leaves are like group activity trips, academic field trips, and parental requests. These are the categories of leaves that are recommended for students and are allowed to go. Students are required to complete appropriate leave forms and secure the necessary signatures before leaving the campus. Chapter 6 of Student Handbook talks about student services. Student services are available for all students, and they are as follows. We have food services. Food services is a university cafeteria where they serve food, and it is limited to lacto-ovo vegetarian diet. In the university cafeteria, they don't serve beverages like tea, coffee, and even alcoholic beverages, no. We have health services. The university has a hospital on campus which provides services to students and the staff and faculty. We have library services, and library services has their own handbook, and once you arrive at the university, the library will provide you with the handbook for library. University media services are also available on campus, which helps the students and even groups with different, like if you want projectors and sound, you can get from these services. And then internet services are also available in the on campus. And lastly, we have counseling services. All these are available to all registered students, and you are entitled to these services. I want to welcome you to University of Eastern Africa, Baraton, and I know you will feel home, and we welcome you in a very special way. Welcome.
Father in heaven, we want to thank you so much for the students that you have given us, those who have participated in this orientation. May they be protected, guided until that time that we meet. We ask that you guide their parents and those who have sponsored them faithfully. May they have finances to support them through this education. May they be healthy. We want to continue thanking you for them. we want to continue asking them that you keep them safe until they travel back. Even during this period of COVID-19 pandemic, may they be protected, because this is our prayer in Jesus' name. Amen.